We're on our way to Darkhorse Recording, an amazing studio just outside of Nashville that puts the artist at the heart of everything they do. Man, this place looks beautiful. I can't wait to see what it looks like inside.
So Darkhorse has always been built to be different. It's entirely built around the artist experience and how it makes you feel to be in a space like this, and how that allows you to kind of create and just express yourself in a way that sometimes these little boxes with no windows don't do. It just feels different. You know, unlike a lot of studios, we bring a lot of the people in here into the control room, so you're really kind of in the mix, you're a part of it. If you're an artist, you're probably right here singing on the speakers if you want.
I mean, that's where I'd want to be. This is amazing. Chief Engineer Dave Hagen takes us on a tour of this incredible studio. And right off the bat, I'm excited to hear about some of the famous artists that have recorded here. So we got some platinum records on the wall, I see.
Yeah, they go back as far as Neil Diamond and Faith Hill, around up here somewhere. Martina McBride was out here when we first started, and now, you know, just this last year, Jack Harlow, #1 hit. Carrie Underwood, massive #1 hit. Taylor Swift, I've heard of her.
Cool.
She did her first record here. She was just a teenager. Nobody really knew who she was. She's done okay. Come back for the next one, Taylor, please.
One of the things that became clear while talking to Dave was how recording gear doesn't just serve a functional purpose, but can be an essential part of the creative process. And it was cool to see how LEWITT mics like the LCT 1040 have found their place in that process. I know you've been using the LEWITT LCT 1040, and I'm curious, how's that kind of worked into your workflow here?
It's become my new first choice on a vocal. Throw it up, because it's right here in the control room. It's great. It looks great, which is important. And the clients feel like, wow, I'm really getting something special here before they even hear it. And then a number of times I've had people just kind of remark on like, wow, this sounds great. We had Zach Williams was just in here, and he's like, man, nobody's gotten it this fast before. And I was like, cool, I just turned it up a little bit, you know? But it's also like in that kind of vein of trying to be able to mix more modern sounds with classic sounds. That mic kind of gives me the option to real quickly just grab the knob and dial in a more retro tube saturated kind of sound, and I can even just, you know, from one background part to the other without having to do a whole changeover. I can just go crank it all the way to tube, crank it all the way to saturated, and have this great kind of warmer, thicker sound for the background vocals or whatever, and then pop it right back up to cleaner for my lead vocals.
As Dave showed me around this beautiful property, one of my first questions was, where do you even start when building a studio like this? So
Robin Crow is the owner, and he built this really just originally as a home studio. So he and his family were he was trying to get off the road as a touring musician and wanted to settle down, and had this, you know, little bit of record budget to spend on setting up a home space and do his music out of there. And then accidentally started this whole thing by having friends of his come in and start recording and start using his space when he wasn't using it.
It's like the ultimate home studio setup, really.
Totally.
That's so cool. Walking through this facility, I can truly see why artists would be drawn to this place. Everything is inviting, and you're surrounded by nature, away from distractions, so you can fully immerse yourself in creativity. It's no wonder so many huge artists have come here recently to make their records.
And we'll head on out. So this up here is just a lounge, kind of available to anybody, but you know, a lot of people come up here and they'll just write, they'll just hang out, relax, get away from the session for a minute, and you can kind of see the whole property from up here. And if you're really daring, it even goes up one more layer.
Oh, dang.
So my
crow's nest.
Yeah, my kids show up and pick up all the pine cones and bring them up here and wait for unsuspecting passersby. Not the artists, never the artists. Just the interns. Builds these for guitar players with no right arm, so you can get out your pipe and, you know.
Only right-handed guitar players, though.
Correct. Yeah, it's not about catering to the right-hand players. It's really about putting down the left-hand players, keeping them in their place. So recently we've had Kings of Leon, came and wrote and recorded a whole record here while staying on site and rehearsing on site and recording in the studio. Shawn Mendes camped out for 3 or 4 weeks. Jill Scott's been here for probably 6 weeks now. And Jack Harlow did his latest project here, and that big hit.
Darkhorse Recording isn't just in the business of being a top-tier recording studio. It's also deeply committed to training and educating the next wave of young audio engineers. And it has a really interesting and practical approach to doing so.
Darkhorse also has a kind of a sister company, Darkhorse Institute, which has come from the fact that people like me were coming in as interns from every school across the country trying to teach audio, and every one of us was coming in not prepared, not ready for sessions. And so Darkhorse has always been very structured with how we train our interns and try to bring them up through their skill level to prepare them for engineering and getting out into the industry. And so we basically just built a program around that kind of structure of like, what are the actual skills we need? And so now Darkhorse Institute has been, we've been in business for 13 years, I think. And I used to teach that audio program. I did for about 10 years, and now I kind of oversee all the different programs, which we also have composition and songwriting and music business programs. So that's for me personally, that's a big part of my passion here, is like really trying to get people what they need to get started.
Really inspired by hearing about what you guys are doing at Darkhorse Institute. So, we were happy to be able to contribute some microphones to your locker over there. And
we were happy you did.
Yeah, so really cool, and excited, at some point to see that space too. But it's like 5 minutes away from here or so?
About 10 minutes away down the road, right in Franklin.
Yeah, very cool. Thanks for sitting down with me to chat a little bit.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thanks for coming out, guys.